Hey guys, Gus here from DeFi Media, and of course, day one at the Futuristic Blockchain here in Toronto, Canada. And of course, today I'm here with Armando Pantoja, author of The Strategic Millionaire with over 20 years of experience in financial markets, guys. He's earned the title, The Futurist of Wealth Creation. And now he's back with his latest book, The Future of Wealth, where he explores the emerging technologies and global trends that will shape our future and investment plans. Armando, it is a pleasure. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what brings you to the Futurist Blockchain.
Yes. So first of all, I'm glad I'm here. Thank you for the interview. It's an honor to be here. So I'm here at the Futurist Conference because I am a futurist.
Absolutely.
So it's a perfect marriage. So I'm really happy to be here. This is the first time I've been here in Toronto. I've been to other Futurist conferences, whenever the blockchain.
Oh, nice. What do you think about Canada so far?
Yeah, I like it so far. It's a beautiful city.
Weather's nice. You're not killing in the heat.
It's not like I'm from Tampa, so it's a lot hotter.
The humidity.
Yeah, so it's nice weather, nice change. But what I do is I focus on the future of wealth. And that includes, I got my start in crypto, but it's evolved since then. My background was actually in software engineering. I got into crypto very early, then I got into finance, and now 20 years later, this is where I'm at. But what future of wealth is that it's an umbrella that includes crypto, DeFi, quantum computing, even tokenized economies, all these things that are going to change the way our economies and our wealth, currency, everything works over the next 50 years.
Absolutely. As a software engineer, you probably got to see a lot of changes happening fast. That's one of the advantages of working in technology field, right? You saw the future, say, I'm not just building it. You're like, I see where this wealth is being created. And now we talked about AI agents coming in and being able to microtize in that microeconomy. I know we spoke a little about employees as well, because credit card, transaction fees, they're too expensive for these fees, but crypto's going to change all that, right?
Yeah, so one of the biggest misconceptions I think in crypto is that the market caps and the inflows are limited to humans only. So when we look at it, Bitcoin can never go up 20 times because the market cap will be so huge. I don't like those arguments because it's a failure to see what's coming, right? We got 8 billion humans on the planet. So now imagine a world in which we have AI agents that are building their own companies. We have an agent or a personality that can be replicated 10, 20, 30, 50 times. We have AI agents both physical world and the virtual world. The addressable market of crypto can go from 8 billion humans to 20, 40, 50 billion entities that all consume and transact in cryptocurrency. Now, we talked about now is that AI agents that are becoming really popular commercially right now. They've been out for years, but they're becoming kind of commercially popular. These agents need something, a way to transact. And we talked about an employee, right? Is that if I have a company and I have employees, and I want them to be the most effective, I have to issue them credit cards. They have to have some type of way to transact in behalf of the company. Then we do have credit cards then. But the problem with credit cards is that they have fees, they have limits.
Yes.
So
a lot of friction in that system.
Yeah, so in a database economy, one AI agent may need a small microtransaction. Maybe I need to know what the temperature is in a certain area from another robot or another Internet of Things device. We can pay for that data. Maybe it's only 2 cents worth of data. So how can you send that with a credit card? The fee would consume most of it. So
it's inefficient.
But crypto, it is efficient. It's faster. It's easier for the robots to integrate into their systems. So I think that's the biggest driver of crypto that's going to come over the next 10 years.
You talked about something quite impressive because right now there's about 8 billion humans, but I don't think that people can grasp, you said 21 billion agents, because we can reproduce and we can make AI agents replicate them at a higher rate than we can produce humans. Yes. You can just turn on an AI, activate it, and it can get to work, whether from a complex or from a minor issue. And then those microtransactions across the web or across decentralized finance will start to add up. So the market caps can just explode because they're no longer dependent on 8 billion humans, but 30 billion different entities working together, AI and humans transacting. I didn't even think about that, Armando. That's impressive, actually. So where would you see the future? If someone wanted to invest, what are some of the simple strategic items or ideas that you would give to some of our viewers out there? Where would you start?
So I do have a book called The Future of Wealth that comes out in October on Amazon and also Barnes & Noble, everything else. But in that book, I'll argue that the only assets that will be important in the future, and it includes crypto, but this is a framework, is compute, data, and energy. And crypto falls under data, but that's the only thing that will be valuable in the future. Because what's going to happen is that intelligence, we see that with NVIDIA, we see what's happening right now, is that's going to become very, very valuable. So it's going to consume a lot of energy, and we have to create new types of energy to be able to keep up with that. And we're going to have more sources of data to keep up with the compute in order to turn it into intelligence. So what my thesis is I invest in those three assets. It's, if there's a constraint in any other three, that's what I invest in.
That's a true investment.
If there's a potential or opportunity in any of the three, that's what I invest in. I think that eventually every company on earth will eventually become a tech company governed by those three things. Like, I give people an example of McDonald's, right? And McDonald's,
they got the touch screen.
Yeah, they do. So Uber, right? Uber, we see it as a tech company. Uber is a taxi company, basically, right? But most of the operations are in tech, and they, other things. So, but it's really a tech company. Something like that. There was, a while back. But McDonald's, for example, is in transition. We talked about the touch screens. So McDonald's is ran by human labor.
Yes.
But over time, what's going to happen is robots are going to replace that. Automation will replace that. On both across the whole supply chain.
You're not going to even see the person at the drive-thru just going to drop off your meal. You're going to pick it up and you're going to go. There'll probably be a human there monitoring the devices.
When McDonald's gets to that point, what is it? It's a tech company.
Yeah. Very true.
Everything's run by software, robotics. So now they're a tech company. So they're governed by power, compute, data, and energy as well, like anybody else. So every company that has labor or anything else will be a tech company. So those three assets will be immensely important in the future.
You talked about it because we're very data driven. I mean, a lot of people are wanting the data. Why do they want our socials? Why do they want our information? But now you've linked it directly. As we increase our demand and our hunger for data, it increases our demand for energy. Exactly. And that energy, we want more efficiency. We want greener energy. We want cheaper energy. Why? Because the more that the data, the more our demand increases, the more that energy is going to be putting pressure on it. And I think there's emerging technologies, small nuclear cores, availability, sharing of energy with people with solar roofs is all evolving to this area. So I think what you're telling our viewers and our investors are great strategic terms, and they're focused on the things that are growing and we have a hunger for.
Yeah, so a simple way to have it in my book, we talk about the power tree out. This is a triangle. We have computer at the top, data and energy. And it's that's where I believe wealth is going to be built over the next few years. Now, you came across a good point. You said as we increase data and we increase energy, what happens? Now there's an opportunity to convert those two into intelligence through compute. So then more chips get produced, faster chips. And then more chip producers come out other than NVIDIA. Now we got too much compute. Mm-hmm. So now what do we have to? We have to increase the data to catch up. We have to increase the electricity to catch up. And then so those constraints in that model will actually show you where to invest over the next probably 50 years.
Wow, amazing. Well, guys, you heard it here, right here from Armando, guys. You got it, guys. Check out his book, The Futures of Wealth Creation. My man, right here with the second book, The Future of Wealth. Armando, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much.
It was a great chat.
Oh, thank you. Great chatting with you. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.